The last time I checked out vintage stock in the store, their prices were absolutely insane. So I've got my computer pulled up here and we're going to check out their prices on their website and see how they stack up. I'm going to kind of just scroll through and see what we can find and then we'll deep dive. We will, however, be using price charting here to compare their website to what the market is about and just see things. Right off the bat here, I'm literally just going to click games and see what it gives me. Not going to do anything crazy other than change it to online and only be games. And right off the bat, they're showing the most important game that people have really been wanting to buy: Personal Trainer Cooking for the Nintendo DS. That's crazy that that's the first one that shows up. Probably not a popular title, but they do have it online, so we'll keep scrolling here. Virtual Fighter 2 for a system. It doesn't specify, but 25 bucks used is okay, I guess, if that's right. I don't know. Big Brain Academy, Brain Age, Spectrobes, Dig Dug. These are Pole Position. These are all games that I feel like don't sell very much or very often, and they're all like really cheap games. Let's see if like the sorting is like, let's do like price maybe. I guess recent first is probably a good idea. We've got WWE 2K25 for $70. Again, a bunch of stuff that doesn't have pictures. Then we've got something like Donkey Kong Returns HD, which just recently came out for $54, which seems to be pretty high. Let's go ahead and check that one up. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Where is it? For the Switch. Okay, so if you buy it used complete, it's worth about $44. And theirs is 54, so overpriced right off the bat here. Resident Evil for 30 for new. I'm not really looking at new games. I'm just trying to find used ones because those I feel like are the prices that could be more interesting. Again, Mario and Luigi Brothership for 54. There's no way that that's worth that much. Honestly, I could see that being like 40 to 45, 35. Yes, 35 bucks used, or you could go to vintage stock and buy it for 55 bucks or 60, which it's 60 new everywhere. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, so we've seen right off the bat what they have. Not really some good stuff here, so I'm going to really dig through their website, and whenever I get a bunch of good stuff, we'll talk about it. So
one eternity later.
Okay, so I found a bunch of games here, and I've got them all opened up at the top under tabs. And we're going to go ahead and go through and compare those prices to price charting because some of these are a little crazy. I'm going to start off pretty basic here with a new game for the PS5 being Silent Hill 2. And I'm going to go ahead and use that $50 used price on this one. So Silent Hill 2. And right off the bat here, you can see complete, it's worth about $43. So 50 bucks here probably isn't that bad, especially if they're like resurfacing the disc or something. I think that's within reason. That 5 to 10 is probably within reason here. So I'd say that price is probably okay. But moving on, we've got Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, for 40 bucks for the PS4 and the Switch, I believe. So let's go and check that out. Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy. And if you look it up for the PS4, it is a total of $22, or you could get it for $40, which is twice the price, which is just absolutely insane. And someone definitely needs to be like paying attention to prices, because if that's what you have to sell a game for to make money, you're probably not running a good business here. Being twice as expensive is just crazy. But then when I saw Skyrim, I thought, this game has been made a million times. There's a billion copies out there. So let's see what Elder Scrolls. I'm just going to do Skyrim. Let's be real. That should pull it up. And if it doesn't, something's wrong here. And we said the PS4 version. Let's make sure I get the special edition is the right version. If you buy it, it is $16 complete on price charting. But $35, again, this is one of those games that's over twice the value, and again is just a terrible way to run your business. If a game's worth $15, you shouldn't have to charge $35 in order to make money. That's just crazy to me. But it gets worse. It definitely gets worse. We've got a new Super Mario Bros. This is the used copy, so it's not a new copy. So Super Mario Bros. Wii, just pull it up, and I already know this is worth not very much. $25 is a decent price. I think that's a good price for a complete copy. But then turning around and selling it for $60 is just a problem I have with places like this. Again, I've said this a few times. If you gotta charge double or triple the price, something's definitely wrong with your business model. This is not okay. This is really, really bad. But we're going to continue on because there's more, and it just gets worse and worse. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is a game that started on the Wii U for the Mario Kart 8 and then got ported to the Switch, and they literally sold millions of copies on both consoles. $35 is what it's worth complete. $55 is what they're selling it for, which, again, absolutely crazy, but we're just going to keep going because we're going to keep seeing the same thing over and over again here. We've got WWF No Mercy here. I'm guessing it's just the cartridge because it doesn't say anything about it being complete. There, it says cartridge only. Okay, so I scroll down and found that it says cartridge only. But if you look it up, that's closer. $33 to $45. It's too much, 100%. But if this was like $35, $37, I would be like, okay, that's acceptable. A little bit of variance is acceptable, but being this much overpriced is not at all, which is really bad considering this is literally called vintage stock. The first thing in their label says video games, which they obviously don't know the prices for. So let's go Mario Party 8 here. Mario Party 8. Excuse me. It does not say whether or not this is complete or not. But we're going to compare that used price to both because I know for a fact that half of the games at vintage stock are oftentimes like just loose. So we're going to compare the $70 price tag to it, even if it's complete. Actually, even if it's brand new, it's worth about $50. If it's complete, it's worth $30. And if it is loose, it is worth $25. However, vintage stock is charging $70, which is $20 more than the new market value. For a used game is absolutely crazy to me and just blows my mind that places like this still exist in today's day and age. But then I kind of saw this and thought, okay, maybe this will be better. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Again, another game that they made a billion of them. But let's see. Let's change this to the Wii version and get Brawl here. Load it up. $14 loose. $18 complete. Let's see how much it's actually. Oh, it doesn't say. It's going for $40. Let's see how much it is new. New is $50, so it's overpriced. If this said new and it was $40, I'd be like, okay, that's an actual good deal here. But yeah, it's over twice the value that it should be. Just absolutely, again, super annoying. And it didn't take me very long to scroll through and find all of these games. They're just massively overpriced. We've got Minecraft here for the Xbox 360. It's worth about $15. If it's loose, it's worth $14. If it's complete, it's worth $16.50. About $15 between the two. But they're selling it for $37. Now, maybe the prices change on these different ones, and they do, it seems. But for the Xbox 360, $37 for a game that's worth about $15 is ridiculous. And let's see, does it say? Okay, so it doesn't say whether it's loose disc or not, but $17. That's almost $20 overpriced, right? Yeah, $20 is absolutely crazy to be overpriced that much. But then I checked out some Pokemon ones and I found Pokemon X and Y were the same price here, which makes sense. They're pretty much the same game, a little different, but you know what I'm saying. They're worth about the same. Here you got 32 to 35 in complete condition is 36. New price here, $60. But if you go here on Vintage Stock's website, $49.99. Now it looks like they don't have any in stock right now, but still in the store they're charging $50 for a game that's worth $35. Now, Pokemon games probably sell pretty quickly for them, so they price. Game stores do this. If it's a game that sells like instantly when they put it on the shelf, they'll bump the price up a little bit to just kind of keep the game there and to make the money off of it. But being $50 compared to 35 is a little overpriced to me. If it was like 5 or $10, okay, like I said, there's a variance there, but being this much, now that one wasn't the craziest, but it was one of those that I thought was absolutely ridiculous. So just kind of scrolling through here, I noticed some pretty ridiculous prices. Like, how much is this Guitar Hero Live game? I don't think it's worth like $10. Literally not gonna be worth $30. Let's be real here. Guitar Hero, what is that? The PS4 version? And that's not the bundle. That's literally just the game. No guitar, nothing, because that costs a lot more. So let's see if there's just the game only. $15. $15, and Vintage Stock has it for $30 on the PlayStation 4. Absolutely ridiculous and absolutely terrible. Why am I doing this? I want to show you that some of these places are not worth picking up games, especially like GameStop or Vintage Stock or other big regional chains that are spending or costing way too much for games. Don't go there. Go to local game stores, mom and pops, places in your community. Those prices are going to beat these guys. And if they don't beat them, they'll be about the same price. But instead of going to some billionaire's pocket, you can actually invest that money into your community. And trust me, that'll be way better. But I wanted to kind of show you this off to kind of give you a warning to shy away from Vintage Stock if you can, because their prices are not good and it's definitely not worth it. But I want to know what you think. Comment down below and let me know. I am going to get out of here though, so check out that video out right there if you haven't already. However, I love going into Vintage Stock and finding games and looking at them, but I don't like going in and buying stuff purely because of prices like this. If a game store has to charge you 3 times the price for a game, it's probably not worth it, and you can find it other places. But I'm getting out of here, so check out that video out if you haven't already.